Well, good afternoon, friends. As you can see, I'm outdoors. I'm not out in the woodlot. No time. I have Old Faithful. Yeah, my wife is busy visiting, and that's great. I'm glad she's a lady friend to visit with, right? Okay, so this is my fishing kit. A little different today. Of course, that's the advantage of it. There's room. I took the cloth out. Now, there you go. You can see it. New things. Coffee. Now, let's get to putting on some water to start with, shall we? I'm not even certain which stove I've still got in here. I'll find out when I open it. Okay. I still don't know, but I'll find out real quick. Okay, now I know. Now, I'm not going to use the little one, okay? Use the big one instead. It's going to last longer. It's breezy, and I'm hoping with the camera facing its back, actually the phone facing its back to the wind, that will be good. Now, I'm going to make coffee, and then we'll see. Not exactly certain. So, this is my little jet boil. Now, I know it's not windproof. I turned it off this time. See that, eh? Pretty good. I'm catching on. Now, down in the park, the town park I would normally go, but it's lunch break for the high schoolers. There's got to be a couple dozen down there. Eat your lunch quickly at school and get out and get some fresh air, sort of thing. And I don't blame them a bit. Okay. I really don't think we're going to need that today. Now, I did top up my water bottle because it's been sitting with a small amount. Like, it's been sitting filled to about here or so, because it was in the car sometimes and sometimes not. Yes, Old Faithful tin mug. Remember, my friend, right? 2-cup mocha pot. So I thought first things I'd do is make some coffee. And if I end up appearing like I'm getting windblown, I am. It's a way of it, isn't it? Anyway, okay. I need to take, right. I put a little too much in there and it was above the valve. So to the side you go, my buddy. Okay. Wrong side. Now, I realize that it's backwards. It's Illy, I-L-L-Y. And this particular one is their Intenso Robust Roast. A little bit too intense for me, but that's okay. It's almost gone. And so, first things first. Let's get some coffee in here, shall we? A little mocha pot. Most of the time I use it in the evenings at home for decaf coffee. And yeah, oh, no problem. The wind is blowing it right off even. Okay. Now, I am going to move things around a little bit because that's about right. Okay. Because I can use this thing as a windbreak, okay? I did not bring a windshield with me. It's not normally in here, so I didn't bring one. So we do a little shuffle here. And the burner, as you can see, is not going to be above it. Okay. And this, I'm hoping will sit on there gently. Yes. Because I don't think I put in my little screen, did I? I'm not in there. Nope. Okay. That's okay. They will fit in there. Now I'm going to bring this upwards somewhat. Just do here. You're going to find a way, right? Okay. Now I'm not turning the heat on very high. Come on. We will overcome, hopefully. Okay. That's the one thing I didn't bring was the small screen to put over top to sit the little guy on. It's balanced there, and we're going to leave well enough alone. Okay, so, yeah, I decided to get out here. I brought important stuff, pill bottle with some creamer to go in it. Now I'm going to carefully look in the bag here. Keep searching. Right. Bars. You know, if they're good enough for hikers, there we go. I hit it and knocked it. So I'm going to hold it there, I guess. Anyway, I will sit here and I'll hold it by the handle. I want my coffee. And the good part was it couldn't pour out because it's sealed. So there it is. Anyway, we'll settle for Kashi Trail Mix. You know, I love them. To me, they went and spoiled them by making them chewy. That's the way of it. You know, that's the way of it. And this thing is sitting here, and the handle is not. Okay. There. The pot will the cup will end up being the heat transfer for me. Okay, that works. that worked just fine. Anyway, so I just wanted to come out, have a snack, call it lunch. It's okay. Have a coffee. That's the important part. Well, the weather has, as you can see, it's sunny. My glasses have definitely changed, and that's the way of it. We get by quite well with that. It's just I wanted to get out in the fresh air. You know, you can get house cabin fever. Don't need cabin fever, right? And so, and guess what? Left glove, hot handle, right? That worked well. Okay. Now, it is full about up to here. Okay. Now, we're going to heat up some more water because we know that's not the strength. Won't take long. Oh, the smell. A little sip. Yeah. It's a different flavor of coffee than what I use at home. It's Italian, imported. That's to be expected, right? I'm just going to, because of the strength of it, boil up, at least get hot some water. And that will be it. Oh, what the heck. Okay. There. And that's it. Just as simple as that. When I help out with a scout outing in the fall, a fellow comes down from northern Manitoba to be there. It's a part of our amateur radio thing. He brings a 6-cup mocha pot that is the aluminum one. I want to say Benelli or something like that, the name. The original. He has the one made by the original designer. And so that's what got me thinking about mocha pots in the first place. That tastes nice, but a little powerful. And that's the thing with the stoves. I have not, when I bought this one, I looked at the MSR windproof one, and I saw a video where one of the guys, they went to unscrew and it came apart. I said, no, that's not the best deal for me. I do have a pocket rocket too, and the problem with most of the stoves is there's not a big space. Now, I could get out, it's summertime enough, I can get out my little E-Tech City, and it's got the pot stand is closer together, so I'm probably going to be digging that out. I'm going to be going through my survival kit anyway because winter is just about gone. And how we doing? We got steam. Anyway, because it's cooled off quite a bit, I thought I'd bring it closer to a boil. So that's the way of it. I must admit, with every kind of stove I've tried, and I'm sure all the rest of you agree, you take and look at all the different videos on the different stoves, you watch the reviews, and the time doesn't matter to me. It's like I mentioned in my previous video that Rose and I like to watch Taylor from New Hampshire, and the Hampshire hiker or something. I forget exactly how she says New Hampshire, but anyway, she just went and bought a new Jetboil. She was using one, and she got one that was actually, looks like it's shorter and a bit fatter, quite a bit lighter, and like, she's got to be the only person I've seen on the Appalachian Trail or any of the trails that's using a Jetboil. Because you think about it, a good deal of the people are using that little titanium one, about $20 or so, and a lot of folks are using that, and at the biggest they're using this 750. When I bought it, I didn't order it. I did not think that I would have a need for the hanger. Wish I had got it. I'm not going to go drilling 2 holes in this and making a hanger, you know. No, I'm not going to make a bail for it. Aha. Now, as it happens, I can always make another coffee. I've got more coffee. I've got instant chocolate. Let's see. Number of things in here. You know, so coffees. I get 2 packages of coffee pouches. Needless to say, you don't have to worry about that. But these, they're moving on in age. I even forget best before. Oh, not bad. 16th of May, 21. I'm still good. If it had said 19, I still would have opened it. These bars, I like them. Let's give you a look at what. Considering the miles it's got on it, okay, you can get an idea, right? It's got almonds in it. It's got cranberries in it, sesame seeds, and that's going to be just fine. So that's how simple I can stop on the road in a parking lot on a turnout, you know, on the highway. I've got the makings. No matter what I have in here, I can make a coffee, soup, cup of soup, granola, actually, oatmeal, you know, bars. It doesn't have to be a big thing. You know, a perfect example, excuse me for rubbing my eye, but it's watering. The breeze scooting behind my lenses of my glasses tends to do that. But we've seen that folks have no problem whatsoever living in their cars. Some of them are pretty small car. I would have it awkward to get in the car because it's so low to the ground. When I was down in the desert last winter, a woman slept in her car, and I'm going to pause this thing while this street sweeper goes by. Well, welcome back. The street sweeper has left. Um, Tradesmen are working about 100 feet away, fixing an eaves trough on a nursing home. I'm right in the town of St. Anne, Manitoba. Um, this way is the nursing home, and it has multiple wings. It is a great place. It's even got multiple levels. Right, there's 3 floors in part of it. It is one of the 2 French language nursing homes in Manitoba. And yes, there are English speaking people in it also. And they have non-nursing home wing parts of the facility that they call them a motel here. Self-contained units, and one of the ladies in our church attending our church lives there, loves it. And then over here to my left is a little log building. It doesn't look like much. I would say it's about 30 feet long by 20 wide, maybe, something like that. The only thing modern about it is the shingles on the roof. They're a high quality, long life shingles. And I understand that. They're going to be around, that place is going to be there for a long time. It's a museum, a beautiful little museum in a town park. Going along this way, and it arcs around. Over there is the Seine River, goes through town. And yes, when the ice is in good shape, the children get their parents, whoever, scrapes off ice on sections of it, and they play hockey and all that stuff. It's a great place. This park has been beautiful. It's got 2 parking areas, one over there to my left, straight to my left. And it holds, I'm going to guess, 2 rows of 10 cars, probably at the most. On the other side, it holds probably 10 cars in a parking spot. They put in a splashing area, I would call it. It's not really a pool. And you who know concrete structures and such, I'm going to guess it's 30 feet or more in diameter, but the elevation from the rim to the center, I'm sure it doesn't drop more than a foot. And in the center, there's pipes sticking up with shower head type things. In the summertime, the young children have a blast there, and it's good that you can hear them laughing and giggling and carrying on. You know, that's great. And in the summertime, we have, you always see moms out or babysitters out with 1, 2, 3, 4 kids. Sometimes they'll bring from the nursery schools, they'll bring children down. And then there's a shelter, and it's got a raised platform, I think 2 steps high at the most. And picnic tables can be taken underneath the shelter of that if it's bad weather, and entertainment and such. It's a park that's really nicely designed. It has a wonderful bridge spanning the river going over to the back of, actually, between the little roadway between the church and the physiotherapist's office. So it's a well-used space. It's great. And for me, yeah, you can hear a car running right now, and there's different noises, but it's quieter than near Paradise Village. Anywhere in a woodlot at Paradise Village, it's noisy. Not so here. So, it could be, for those of you living in cities, towns, there are parks that you can take time, go for a walk in the park, get some fresh air, And I'm sure you can hear the wind and see the camera jiggering a little bit. That's the problem, all right. Cell phone is quite large and catches quite a bit of wind. But all in all, this is coming, the first week of April. Snow, we still could be getting some. Rain, who knows. No budding, not yet. Now, in my last video, I'd mentioned I hadn't seen a robin. Well, yeah. 3 hours later, I found one. The geese are here. All the little birds are here. I have not seen any of those little, some of the real little ones. Of course, for them to go 100 miles, take a lot longer than a goose, right? The speed they can travel, the number of beats in their wings. So it's been good. But anyway, we're getting out when we can in the fresh air and that. And we are allowed to have still reduced attendance at our churches, but at least we're back having services again. And that's a blessing to me. Family, I forget what they call the group. Your little circle, right? I think it's your circle. We don't have a circle. My children are all at least 45 minutes drive away for 2 of them, and the other one is like 2 hours and 45-minute drive away, and their children, same distance, different angle, different highways. And so we don't see them. Phone calls when we get a chance, yes. Encourage you too to keep in touch with each other. Don't let this situation destroy your happiness. Don't let it destroy your life either. Don't let the fear that's being pushed on you by the media, politicians, scare you, frighten you. It seems as if everything that can be done is being done to put you and I in a state of utter panic. Scared stiff. Well, sorry, I'm not. When they pushing a vaccine on us and they say it doesn't matter if even if you have it, you cannot visit, you cannot do this, you cannot, well then why have it? Especially an experimental one. And I haven't seen any of them that have been certified that they're not experimental any longer. But I don't watch the news. Why in the world would I want to sit in front of my TV and have somebody reading off a whole bunch of statistics? In years past, there's been the SARS thing, the yearly flu and all that. And yes, the news presented that, this was getting serious in some parts of the country or whatever. Take precautions. These are the precautions that are recommended by the health authorities. That was it. And we all took care of ourselves. Now, they have COVID cops. Can you imagine a COVID cop? We were shopping a couple of weeks ago, and we stopped in a fairly large mall's food area. And they had marked, taken away surplus chairs, so you only had 2 to a table. The tables, if they were close together, they would have a red tape X on the top. No, you don't use this table. There was a young woman from security with her security jacket on, going around and speaking to people, encouraging them, and at the same time, for instance, I was drinking a soft drink, my favorite, Diet Pepsi. I had already eaten my lunch, and I was still sitting with my wife drinking my Pepsi all by ourselves, quite a ways. at least 15 feet from anyone. And I had the glass in my hand, or the bottle in my hand, sipping it. Because why gulp it down if you don't need to? And a girl came along and said, please, sir, you need to put your mask on. I said, I'm drinking. She said, you're not drinking fast enough. And the COVID cops around here will nail you with a ticket of over $1,000 because you don't have your mask in place. Couldn't believe it. Well, I quickly drank my pop and put my mask on. And as we got our jackets on, get ready to go outside, two of these great heroes accosted two guys that were sitting, I'm going to say 12 feet apart at least. And different. And they had their lunches. They were eating, fork in hand, eating, but they spoke sideways to each other. And they got pounced on. Now, I don't know the end result of that because I didn't stick around. I was so fed up to see it. You know, like these guys are such a distance apart, they're eating their lunch and being accosted by these COVID cops, as everybody calls them. What authority they got, I don't know, but I do know it seems like in Canada, they give you a ticket and you fight it, you're lost it. I know the one that made the news that I watched the report on it, the judge found the person guilty and had to pay the fine and the court costs because this is a life and death situation. Well, I'm not going to make any comments on that, except for the fact I think the judge should have retired by now. Probably was getting a little tired, long in the tooth. And so it is. But I encourage you, don't let them frighten you. Use your wisdom, follow your beliefs as far as getting vaccinations or whatever. For me, I went so far as to check with the police several months ago. Is it okay to come in the park and make a video? Sure, just don't take anybody with you. That was simple. But you know, that's it. If you watch a lot of people that are doom and gloom type, they can wreck your day. Don't let them wreck your day. Be encouraged. We will survive this. Our country will survive.